everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. So here it is, Thursday, and I'm here with a mystery challenge for you. So I'm going to do a tic-tac-toe. But first of all, I want to apologize for yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday. I think my mind was a little distracted. I'm not sure what was going on, but suddenly I looked at the clock and it was almost 4 o'clock and I hadn't gone live. I always jump on at 2 o'clock Pacific and go live. So I don't know what happened yesterday, but apologies if you were looking for me, but everything was fine. I don't know what was going on. So anyway, I'm here today. I made sure that I actually had everything scheduled and planned for today because yeah, don't know what happened yesterday, but here I am. So today I'm doing a tic-tac-toe. I love tic-tac-toe challenges. They're so much fun and there's so many ways to do it. So I posted this one earlier this morning. If you haven't found it, it's on Facebook and Instagram, and you can play along. So the way a tic-tac-toe works, you choose a row, whether it's horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. You choose a row and use the 3 items in that row to make a card. So there's lots of options on this particular tic-tac-toe. Hey, Lynette, welcome. I am using embossing folder, pink, and thank you. So it's the middle horizontal row. It just seemed obvious to me. I'm going to cheat a little bit on the pink because I'm using Moody Mauve, but I see that as pink. It's kind of mauve, but it is pinky color, so I'm going to cheat a little bit on that. Hey, Pam, welcome. All right, let me switch over and I'll show you. Oh, perfect. That's great. I'm glad you're here, Lynette, even if you are working in the ceramic shop. All right, so this was posted earlier. So this is the row I'm using, and I realize you can't really see that. Hey, Kathy. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I'm using embossing folder, pink, and thank you. But lots of things: flowers, Stampin' Blends, blue, thank you, twine. Lots of things that you can use on this tic-tac-toe. So if you're ever needing some inspiration, maybe you kind of lost your mojo, you could always grab some of these tic-tac-toe challenges and just kind of work back through them and use a different row. So I'm using the All About Autumn suite. I love this suite. Now, I know at the moment the paper is not available, but it's due back in, I think, like Monday. So yeah, so the designer series paper is absolutely stunning, but it's not orderable at the moment. So grab something else, or yeah, you can order it on Monday. The ribbon combo, I'm not using it, but it also isn't available. It's coming in again, but I'm just not sure when. So this is the stamp set. Oh, Kathy, never seen a tic-tac-toe challenge. They're fun to do. So I do them, probably maybe once a month on the mystery challenges. So stay tuned. This is the stamp set. It's absolutely stunning. Now these images are bigger. So these are 80%. So the images, when you actually stamp them, are bigger. So you can stamp the leaves, you can stamp the veins, some really pretty sentiments. And then, of course, there are the dies. Now, I'm going to use, I think, this one for the label. I've already gone ahead and cut out some of the leaves, but you can cut the stamped images as well. And then, of course, you can cut the veins. So they're really pretty when you stamp the image and then cut these large veins out of maybe gold foil or something like that. All right. So the other part that is the other thing, this is the Distress Tile embossing folder. I love this. This is also part of the suite, as are these adhesive back speckle dots. These are not available either, but they're coming back into stock. Gosh, the catalog went live yesterday and it was really popular. So stay tuned. Things are coming back into stock. All right. So as I said, my pink is actually Moody Mauve because it's definitely, in my mind, pink. So I've got it 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to score it at 5 1/2. And give it a good burnish with your bone folder. As always, fold into the mountain or the raised line and give it a good burnish. Now I went ahead and cut a piece of Moody Mauve, and I have already embossed it using the distressed tile. I am going to, let me get my ink pads out. I'm using Moody Mauve and copper clay. And I'm going to take and just distress my, well, not distress, I'm going to just kind of add some ink to it using a blending brush. So I'm just picking up some ink, tap off, and then I'm just going to kind of just lightly go over this a little bit. It just makes the pattern, the embossed pattern pop a little bit if you put some ink on top of it. And I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there, I got a splodge, which I didn't want to do, but that's okay. You can definitely see it now. Maybe we'll try and do that in a couple of other places so it looks like that was intentional. There we go. All right, now I don't know that you can see. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see the color. I'm going to put something over top of that. Actually, there will be something because I've got some designer series paper. So my kind of splodge. When you're using a blending brush, try to start off the paper, and that way you won't get those splodges. That's why I pressed down on that one right from the start. All right, I cut a piece. This is one of the specialty designer series paper. This is the Moody Mauve and copper. On the other side is wood grain. It's so pretty. A lot of the images are actually pictures of fall scenes. I don't usually go for, actually, I usually have a hard time. I love fall stamp sets and bundles, but I struggle with them sometimes. So I get them and then I struggle to make them. This is not one of those. Every card I've made, I absolutely love with this suite. We are featuring this suite for the monthly card club in September. So you get 3 cards, half a pack of the designer series paper, the distressed tile embossing folder, and half a package of the speckled dots. So if you're interested in that, you can subscribe by the 10th, which is Sunday. The dots might be a little later coming because they aren't available at the moment. But now I went ahead and cut out 2 of each. So 2 of the maple leaves and 2 of, I think those are oak leaves, in 1 in copper clay and 1 in Moody Mauve of each. So I've got those. I've got a piece of very vanilla for the inside of my card. And now I'm just going to take and stamp the sentiment. And I'm going to use the one that says, I'm thankful. It's kind of cool. This stamp set, you've got some that you can combine. I'm thankful for all you do. I'm thankful to have you as a friend, but I'm actually just going to use the one that says, I'm thankful. These are going to be my customer thank you cards for September. So we'll stamp that in Moody Mauve. And while we have Moody Mauve out, let's stamp some leaves on the inside. Now, this is a distinctive stamp set, which means you get a lot of detail, but I have found, what DSP is that? The DSP is the All About Autumn designer series paper that's part of the All About Autumn suite. It isn't orderable. It will be orderable as of Monday if you're looking for it. But yeah, it goes with the All About Autumn suite. Now, these are distinctive stamps, so you get great pattern or great detail on them. I have found they work best if you stamp off. My ink pads are quite juicy, and so if you stamp off, you get much more of the detail than you do if you've got a really juicy ink pad. So just a tip for you, if you've got those juicy ink pads and a distinctive stamp, just stamp off. Sometimes I've seen other demonstrators take their bone folder and just kind of scrape or scrape some of the ink away, but I just find stamping off works well too. Okay, So I want to take and cut out my sentiment. And I think I need this one. Yeah, I was thinking I could use the other one, but no. So I'm going to just go off and use a piece of Post-it note tape. So my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is just off to the side. Not sure who that is. So whoever asked what DSP is and said thanks, I don't know who it is. So make sure you're going to streamyard.com/Facebook and giving permission so I can actually see who's commenting. All right. There we go. All right, so I've got my sentiment stamped and die cut. And I thought I would use some twine. I love the look of linen thread, or it's not this twine, this is linen thread. So I'm just going to take, now I tend to just wrap the linen thread around the palm of my hand a few times. Hey, Diana. No worries. Just wasn't sure who was commenting. So I wrapped it around about 3 times. And as you take it off your hand, pinch the middle together. And then typically I'll just put a little bit of Stampin' Seal so that it will kind of, I pinch it together and kind of form a bow. And then I'm going to use dimensionals. I think I've got enough. Still got some on here that I can use. Almost to the end. There we go. They'll hold the linen thread on with the dimensionals as well. And then the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put that up kind of up here in the middle, which seems maybe a little weird, but I've got my really pretty leaves that I'm going to use glue dots on. So we'll just take and use the right side. I got these out of some paper that I'd already stamped on. I was stamping some leaves when I first started using this, when I discovered that it works much better using when you stamp off. And so that's kind of some of my my die cuts have got some stamping on the back, but that's okay. Nobody will know once it's glued down. So I'm just gonna take and put one of each of the leaves. Oops. On top and bottom and offset like that. And like that. There we go. All right, so I've got my linen thread. Really, I think it's a really elegant card. And then the last thing are these adhesive-backed speckled dots. They come in, I've used all the crumb cake ones, so they come in copper clay, moody mauve, and old olive. I think I'm going to use the copper clay because I think they'll show up a little better on against the moody mauve. So where am I going to put this last one? Maybe up here. There we go. All right. There we go. It is such a pretty color, you're right. I wasn't so sure about it when I saw it, but I absolutely love it now that I have been using it. And it goes so, I mean, it goes with so many different colors, but it's really pretty with this copper clay. Thank you. Yeah, this specialty paper is absolutely stunning. All right, so that's my card. That's the tic-tac-toe. So again, embossing folder. What did I say I was using? Embossing folder, pink, and thank you. So my moody mauve is my pink and my thank. So there we go. All right. So Saturday I will be live at 11. I'm excited about Saturday. I have another class at our local museum. It's the second class I've done. I did one in August. I had 8 people, 9 people that I'd never, well, actually I shouldn't say I've never met before. 2 are in my book club, but the rest of the people I'd never met before. And I have another class this coming Saturday, and there are 8 people registered. Again, 2 from my book club, but I've got some a grandma and her 6-year-old granddaughter, and a mom and her 6-year-old daughter coming, as well as some other people. So I'm excited to meet new people and do an in-person class. So we're doing holiday cards this time round. So I'm hoping this is going to be a monthly class that I can arrange in the town I live in. So if you're interested and you live local to me, let me know, because I'd love to have you come. So I will be live at 11 o'clock Pacific. This is just before I have to leave for my class. Will not be live on Sunday because it is our launch party on Facebook. So if you're not part of our launch group, it is on Facebook. The link is on my Facebook page and group. It starts at 7 a.m. Pacific, and we'll be going live through the day until 7 p.m. And there'll be lots of demos. We'll walk through the catalog. There'll be a couple of games. There'll be prizes, of course, but you have to comment while we're live to be entered into the prizes. And so I hope you'll join me. Now, you do need to be a Canadian resident, and if you are a Stampin' Up! Demo and you're not part of either Diane or my team, we ask that you attend a launch party that your upline is having. If you don't have a demonstrator and are interested, feel free to request to join the group if you're not there already. It's going to be really fun. We have some product showcases to show you and some other fun things. So we'll be going live all day on Sunday, so we hope you'll join us then. So I won't be live through the day on YouTube. And then I'll be back next week with my regular Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, assuming I don't have a little lapse in memory and miss a day again. So, all right. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.